Well, like many teams after week 4, I'm officially in a bad spot. Luckily, I put in a call to Fox's Animal Control, which you can binge on Hulu in January.
Yeah! Hi!
It's Joel McHale, everyone.
Oh my gosh, the weather. Am I right?
Well,
Look, I was in the neighborhood to see why Gino wasn't higher on the mountain.
okay, so.
And I can see you've gotten yourself in quite a pickle.
Yes, we're looking for some advice since you're an animal expert.
No sudden movements either.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to go with the no.
Stop moving! And look, he's talking. I'm afraid he's frozen to death. All right, I'm getting it out. Help solve TV's tastiest crimes on an all-new Crime Scene Kitchen, Thursdays on Fox. Also, check out Animal Control on Hulu. 3rd season starting in January. I'm leaving. Let's go, guy. Let's do it. Let's go, buddy. Thank you for having me.
I mean, that's all-time Kevin Wildes. And I would like, if I may, it takes a true team player when you are the somewhat tall, somewhat good-looking, somewhat funny guy to bring a taller, better-looking, funnier guy on camera next to you for the sake of the show. More success, all of the above. It's just like you had you reached your full genetic and career potential.
Also, it's a home game for me.
Yeah, exactly right. So I really greatly appreciate that. He really is. He's a legend in the field. All right, time now, and thank you, Joel McHale, for Mahomes Mountain. Of course, 28 quarterbacks make the mountain, which means at least 4 do not. So here's who's off the mountain. And listen, Jacoby, he probably shouldn't be starting anymore. Deshaun definitely shouldn't be starting. Tyler Huntley, you did your best. And I hear them rounding up the St. Bernards to get Will Levis even off the base of the mountain, bring him some hot chocolate and see what's next for the young man. Row 7. Listen, I'm sorry, Jalen Hurts. But you can't just turn the ball over every week. You flatly can't turn the ball over every single week. The sample's too large now to have the Super Bowl glow still shine on you. Gardner back on the mountain. By the way, he only fell off the mountain because it seemed like Antonio Pierce was going to take a poll amongst the players, see if he should bench him. So I didn't know if he was starter anymore. Trevor, there was a moment there where I thought he was going to upset CJ and climb a row. Sadly, no, of course not. Anthony Richardson, I believe, leads the league in yards per attempt and his dead last in completion percentage, which I didn't think was mathematically possible, but I do believe that's the case. Row 6, Aaron Rodgers, my oh my. Facts are facts, though. He's played like a row 6 quarterback. Look at the guys alongside him. I mean, that's the level he's played. I have a question. Kyler Murray, why aren't you better? Yeah. Because when he looks good, I'm like, this guy's awesome. And then I worry about him getting hurt, but he's healthy. He's got Marvin Harrison. He scored 14 points against the worst defense in football. So I don't quite get it. Yeah. Derek and Kirk stay where they are. Caleb, I thought, played his best game, but not good enough to move up, obviously. Justin Fields, I thought, played his best game. They lost. He had the 1 fumble. He stays where he is. All right, now to the top 15 guys. Welcome back, Jordan Love. So I didn't really know where to put Jordan. He had missed time. He obviously had a rough first half, but then a much better second half. This feels like a good starting point for him. Listen, Brock Purdy has played really well these last few weeks without the full complement of Avengers. I think you'll see when you see the people above him, I really couldn't move him higher, but I think he's played well. And Sam Darnold started the season off the mountain. Yeah. Then was row 7. Then row 6. Now all the way to row 5, slow and steady. Justin Herbert, I don't know. He's fine. He got banged up. It was good for him to play. And listen, Dak actually played well on Thursday against the Giants. So it was less about his performance dropping him and more some of the people beneath him on the mountain this week, so he was kind of the victim of that. Row 4. All right, listen, I hate to drop Matt Stafford. You guys know how much affection I have for him, but he threw a terrible interception in the end zone that got called off because the guy had stepped out of bounds. Then he threw another bad interception when they had a chance to win the game. He's got to drop. I thought Geno played awesome last night. 400 total yards. I know he throws the pick at the end, down 13, doesn't really matter. I thought he played great. Jared Goff played even better. And Baker's cooking. This is now a 12-game sample of Baker just cooking, so he moves up. Now to row 3. Josh Allen slips just a bit. Not much, but just a bit after a tough game against Baltimore. So here's the test C.J. Stroud passed this weekend. Believe it or not, I was rooting for the Jacksonville Jaguars in that game. And C.J. got the ball down 3 with 4 minutes left. I'm like, oh, Jags aren't going to win, and it's not going to overtime. He's just going to win the game. And so he stays where he is. And, you know, Wild's arch nemesis, evidently, Joe Joe Burrow.
Beat the Panthers.
He played great. He's played excellent this year since other than week 1. And now listen to road 2. So Lamar stays where he is. And here's the thing about the rich tapestry that is Mahomes Mountain. If 100% of your NFL career you've been awesome, we've got to put you high. Jaden Daniels, I don't think he'll stay there, and I don't think he is. If I were ranking quarterbacks, like who do you want for the next 10 years, I don't think I'd have him 3rd. But he's played 4 NFL games. He's been awesome in 4 NFL games. He's where he is, and of course Patrick stays at the top. So there is Mahomes Mountain heading into week 5. Coach, compliments, please.
It's better. It's better.
I tried to appeal to Coach's ego by putting Jaden so high.
No,
He's the Jaden guy.
And here's the thing: is no one's been a bigger fan of Jaden than I have, and what he's done in this early part of his career has been impressive and in some ways unprecedented. But he doesn't have enough of a rich tapestry to be this high on Mahomes Mountain this early. And then the other guy is Baker Mayfield. I love his story. I love how far he's come. But he's too high in place of the guy that I'm going to move up, which is Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Okay, and let's just take a look at what Sam Darnold did this past week versus Baker and versus Jaden Daniels. So when you look at just from a completion percentage standpoint, wasn't as good as Daniels, but it was better than Baker. Yards, he's better than Daniels. Okay, a little bit less than Baker. More TDs than either one of them. A better passer rating than both of them. Okay, so that's what he did. That's part of this week.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's look at him over the course of the season. He's the only guy that's 4-0.
Yeah, I like that.
Look at his quarterback rating. It's 118.9. Look at how many TDs he has. It's 11 TDs. I love the story that Baker has, but you got to give Sam Darnold more credit for his redemption story than you're giving right now, and you got to bring Jaden down a little bit. I mean, you are the guy that put Caleb on the mountain last year, higher than he currently is now.
Yeah.
So I get that you'd like to jump the gun.
Okay, all right.
It's a little
listen,
unfair.
No need to attack me.
Well,
we can just keep it professional.
I'm just reminding the
talk
viewers.
about Sam Darnold. The viewers remember quite well that Caleb Williams was scaling the side of Mahomes Mountain, as he will throughout the course of this year and his rise back to the top. So you're right, Coach. If Sam Darnold didn't have 6 years of a career prior to this season, I would have him higher. But he does.
He's 8-2 in his last 10 starts. He was 4-2 in Carolina. But I guess
that's when he took the job.
All right, I guess we're not counting about that tapestry.
So here's the reason you're right. I'm not counting the Carolina thing, because wow. He was the quarterback in Carolina last year? It's like, no, actually that was 2 years ago. So wait, after going 4-2 in Carolina or 6-2, there was not a team in the league that would be like, hey, compete for a starting job? The answer was no, there wasn't.
I guess they regret that, don't they?
Well, I don't know.
Carolina probably regrets it now.
Whether they do or they don't, the point that I'm making is I feel like Sam Darnold was really good in Carolina is one of those many things that is belied by the fact those games were on television. And, like, he wasn't really good in Carolina. They won some games, and he had a nice little stretch where he was running the football. This year, he's been awesome. There's no denying it, which is why he has risen. He's the only quarterback other than Jaden to rise every week. I think that's worth something.
He played better than Baker, but he's lower than Baker. You have a love affair with Baker.
No, that's not true. It's not true. I don't know that I agree with you that he's played better than Baker in the context of the games and what the teams are asking from him. I don't know that. Okay. Well, it's certainly not quarterback wins mountain. No. I'll tell you that much right now.
And all his other stats, but we'll forget about that.
Listen, he's played really well. He's rising. Go ahead, bro.
Coach stole a little of my thunder, but I'm going to focus on Jaden. And look, I know Coach loves Jaden. He did pick him to win the division, so I gotta submit to that. But when Coach isn't here, Jaden's my guy. You got Caleb, and you got Drake May.
That's
right. This year, you got Caleb and you got Drake May.
I've got Jaden. You have Bo Nix.
Yeah.
I don't even think I've uttered those two
He's
words.
got the Commanders in the playoffs because of Jaden.
Yeah, but Coach, when he's not here,
So
weeks
all right,
he's
so
not
great.
here,
So hold on. So we got it
Jaden.
clear. Jaden's your guy.
Jaden should be higher or should be lower.
Well, now it makes no sense.
No.
Now
As much as I love him, this is just a bridge too far.
Then
all right?
he's not your guy.
I keep it honest. I'm about tough love and constructive criticism.
Good job.
We don't want Jaden getting too big. Coaches, the Jaden guy too. He said the same thing. Look, he's big.